Success isn't complicated. It really isn't. But it is profound. The difference between those who make it and those who don't isn't talent. It isn't luck. And it certainly isn't circumstances. The difference is simply this. Successful people do what unsuccessful people are not willing to do. That's it. That's the secret that's been hiding in plain sight all along. Now, let me ask you something. How many books did you read last year? I mean really read, cover to cover, not just flip through. If the answer is less than 12, you're in trouble. You see, formal education will make you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune. The wealthy don't get wealthy by accident. They get wealthy by design. And that design starts with feeding your mind the right information. Your mind is like a garden. You can either plant flowers or let weeds grow. Most people don't understand if you don't plant flowers, weeds will grow automatically. That's the way of nature. That's the way of life. You don't have to do anything special to fail. Failure is automatic. Success, on the other hand, requires effort, requires discipline, requires a plan. I learned this lesson the hard way when I was 25. I was making pennies living in a one-bedroom apartment, driving a car that barely ran, wondering why life was so hard for me while it seemed so easy for others. Then I met my mentor, Mr. Schoaf, and he taught me something that changed everything. He said, Jim, if you want to be wealthy and happy, learn this lesson well. Learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Think about that for a moment. Most people work harder on their job than they do on themselves, and then they wonder why their life doesn't change. They put in 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, 50 weeks a year at their job, but they won't spend 30 minutes a day working on themselves. They won't read the books. They won't listen to the tapes. They won't go to the seminars. They won't associate with successful people. And then they wonder why their life stays the same year after year. Success is not a matter of chance. It's a matter of choice. Every day you make choices that either move you toward your goals or away from them. Every day you choose to either grow or decay. There is no neutral ground in life. You're either getting better or you're getting worse. You're either moving forward or falling behind. The marketplace doesn't care about your intentions. It only rewards results. Now let me tell you about the first thing you need to get ahead in life, a burning desire to change. Not a wish, not a hope, not a maybe, a burning desire. You see, wishes are weak, but desire is strong. Wishes won't take you through the tough times, but desire will. When you have a burning desire, you'll find a way. When you don't, you'll find an excuse. Most people wish their lives were different, but they're not willing to make their lives different. They want to weigh less, but they're not willing to eat less. They want to earn more, but they're not willing to learn more. They want better relationships, but they're not willing to become better people. The Bible says it best, ask and you shall receive, but most people don't ask properly. They beg, they plead, they wish, but they don't ask with faith and expectation. Here's what I've learned about desire. It must be backed by belief. You must believe that what you want is possible for you. Not for someone else, but for you. You see, belief is the thermostat that regulates what we accomplish in life. When you believe you can, you activate the power within you to make it happen. When you believe you can't, you shut down that same power. But belief alone isn't enough. You need the second essential ingredient for getting ahead in life, knowledge. Not just any knowledge, but the right knowledge applied at the right time in the right way. Knowledge is power, but only when it's applied. There are plenty of people walking around with heads full of knowledge who are broke, unhappy, and going nowhere. Knowledge without application is useless. The question isn't whether the information is available. The question is whether you're willing to pay the price to get it, and then apply it. Success leaves clues, and those clues are everywhere if you're looking for them. Every successful person I know has mentors, coaches, and advisors. They understand that you can't get to where you've never been by doing what you've always done. I spent 5 years with Mr. Schoaf, and those 5 years changed the entire direction of my life. He taught me that success is something you attract by the person you become. He taught me that you can have more than you've got because you can become more than you are. Unless you change how you are, you'll always have what you've got. The third thing you need is discipline. Discipline is the bridge between thought and accomplishment, between inspiration and achievement, between necessity and productivity. Discipline is what makes the difference between the person who sets goals and the person who achieves them. Most people think discipline is about punishment, but that's not true. Discipline is about promise. It's about keeping the promises you make to yourself. When you say you're going to get up early and exercise, discipline keeps that promise. When you say you're going to read for an hour every day, discipline keeps that promise. When you say you're going to save money every month, discipline keeps that promise. The problem with most people is they break promises to themselves so often that they stop believing their own words. They say they'll start Monday, but Monday comes and goes. They say they'll start next month, but next month turns into next year. Pretty soon, they've lost all credibility with themselves. And if you can't believe in yourself, how can you expect others to believe in you? Discipline starts with small things. It starts with making your bed every morning, showing up on time, keeping your word, finishing what you start. These might seem like small things, but small things done consistently become big things. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. The fourth essential is time management, or as I prefer to call it, life management. Time is the one resource we all have equally. Rich or poor, young or old, we all get 24 hours a day. The difference between successful people and unsuccessful people isn't the amount of time they have, it's how they use the time they have. Most people waste time like it's unlimited, but then they act surprised when years pass and their life hasn't changed. They spend hours watching television, scrolling through their phones, gossiping, complaining, making excuses. They're busy, but they're not productive. There's a big difference between motion and progress. Successful people understand that time is more valuable than money. You can get more money, but you cannot get more time. Once this moment is gone, it's gone forever. That's why successful people are so careful about how they spend their time. They invest their time, they don't just spend it. How you spend your time determines how you spend your life. If you want to know what someone values, don't listen to what they say, look at how they spend their time. Show me someone's calendar and their bank account, and I'll show you their priorities. The fifth thing you need is the right associations. You become who you spend time with. Show me your friends, and I'll show you your future. This isn't a suggestion, it's a law of life. You cannot soar with eagles if you're scratching with turkeys. I learned this lesson when I was young and struggling. I was associating with people who complained about everything, who made excuses for everything, who had big dreams but no plans. They were nice people, but they were going nowhere, and neither was I as long as I stayed around them. When I started associating with successful people, everything changed. Their conversations were different. Their goals were different. Their habits were different. Their entire approach to life was different. They talked about possibilities instead of problems, solutions instead of excuses, opportunities instead of obstacles. But here's what most people don't understand about associations. It's not just about who you spend time with, it's also about who you don't spend time with. Sometimes the most important decision you can make is who to walk away from. Some people are going places, and some people are going nowhere. Make sure you know the difference. You have to be selective about who gets your time, because time spent with the wrong people is time stolen from your future. This doesn't mean you can't be nice to everyone, but it does mean you need to be careful about who influences your thinking, your decisions, and your daily habits. The sixth essential is goals. Goals are dreams with deadlines. Without goals, you're like a ship without a rudder, drifting wherever the current takes you. With goals, you have direction, purpose, and a reason to get up every morning excited about what the day might bring. But not just any goals, written goals. There's something magical that happens when you write down what you want. It moves from a wish to a plan. It becomes real. Studies show that people who write down their goals are 10 times more likely to achieve them than people who don't. Your goals should be specific, measurable, and time-bound. Instead of saying, I want to be rich, say, I want to earn $100,000 per year by December 31st. Instead of saying, I want to be healthy, say, I want to lose 20 pounds and run a 5,000 by June 1st. Specific goals create specific results. But here's the key, your goals must be your goals, not someone else's goals for you. Don't let your parents' unfulfilled dreams become your goals. Don't let society's definition of success become your definition of success. You have to decide what success means to you, and then you have to go after it with everything you've got. The seventh thing you need is persistence. Nothing worthwhile comes easy. If it was easy, everyone would do it, and then it wouldn't be worthwhile. Success requires persistence, the ability to keep going when things get tough, when people doubt you, when you doubt yourself. Most people give up too soon. They start strong, but when they hit their first obstacle, they quit. They don't understand that obstacles aren't roadblocks, they're stepping stones. Every obstacle you overcome makes you stronger, smarter, and more resilient. Every setback teaches you something valuable if you're willing to learn. I've seen people quit just inches from their breakthrough. They work for months or years toward a goal, and then when things get difficult, they throw in the towel. They don't realize that the difficulty is often a sign that they're getting close to their goal, not further from it. The eighth essential is the willingness to serve others. Success isn't just about what you get, it's about what you give. The marketplace rewards value, and value is what you bring to other people's lives. The more people you serve, the more successful you become. This is perhaps the most misunderstood principle of success. Most people think success is about taking, getting out, acquiring. But the truth is, success is about giving, serving, contributing. When you focus on helping other people get what they want, you'll get what you want. Every successful business owner I know started by asking one simple question: how can I serve more people? They didn't start by asking, how can I make more money? They started by asking, how can I solve more problems? Money is simply the applause you get for solving problems for other people. The ninth thing you need is good health. You can have all the money in the world, but if you don't have your health, you don't have anything. Your body is the vehicle that carries you through life. If you don't take care of it, where are you going to live? Most people take better care of their cars than they do their bodies. They change the oil in their car every 3,000 miles, but they haven't had a physical exam in years. They put premium gasoline in their car, but they put junk food in their body. They wash and wax their car every week, but they haven't exercised in months. Your health affects everything else in your life. When you feel good physically, you perform better mentally. When you have energy, you're more productive. When you're healthy, you're more confident. Good health isn't just about living longer, it's about living better. The 10th and final thing you need is faith. Faith in yourself, faith in your abilities, faith in your future. Without faith, you won't even try. With faith, you'll find a way to make things happen even when the odds are against you. Faith isn't about religion, although it can be. Faith is about belief in possibilities. It's about believing that things can get better, that you can grow, that your dreams can come true. Faith is what keeps you going when logic tells you to quit. Most people have more faith in their limitations than they do in their possibilities. They believe more in what can go wrong than in what can go right. They spend more time preparing for failure than they do preparing for success. But successful people have learned to have faith in the process of success, even when they can't see the end result. Now let me tie all of this together for you. Getting ahead in life isn't about luck, isn't about who you know, isn't about where you were born or what advantages you had or didn't have. Getting ahead in life is about making a decision to grow, to learn, to serve, to persist, to become more than you are today. The beautiful thing about success is that it's available to everyone. The principles work for everyone who works the principles. The laws of success are like the laws of nature. They work whether you believe in them or not. They work whether you're young or old, rich or poor, educated or uneducated. But here's what you must understand. Success is a process, not an event. It's not something that happens to you. It's something you make happen. It's not luck, it's design. It's not chance, it's choice. Every day you choose to either move closer to your goals or further away from them. Every day you choose to either grow or decay. Every day you choose to either invest in your future or spend your present. The question isn't whether you can succeed. The question is whether you will succeed. You have everything you need right now to begin. You don't need more time, more money, more education, more connections. You need to start with what you have, where you are right now. Success starts with a decision. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, today. Right now, the decision to take responsibility for your life, to stop making excuses, to stop blaming circumstances, to stop waiting for someone else to make your life better. Your life is your responsibility. Your success is your responsibility. Your happiness is your responsibility. No one else can live your life for you, and no one else can make your dreams come true for you. That's your job, and it's the most important job you'll ever have. The marketplace is unforgiving but fair. It doesn't care about your background, your excuses, or your reasons why you can't. It only cares about results. It only rewards value. It only pays for performance. But here's the good news. If you're willing to pay the price, the marketplace will reward you beyond your wildest dreams. The price isn't money. The price is commitment. The price is discipline. The price is persistence. The price is becoming the kind of person who deserves the success you want. Success isn't something you pursue. Success is something you attract by the person you become. So what kind of person do you need to become? You need to become someone who reads instead of watches television. Someone who exercises instead of makes excuses. Someone who saves money instead of spends everything they make. Someone who associates with successful people instead of complainers. Someone who sets goals instead of just wishes things were different. You need to become someone who keeps their word, especially the word they give to themselves. Someone who finishes what they start. Someone who does what they say they're going to do when they say they're going to do it. Someone who takes responsibility for their results instead of blaming circumstances. The world is waiting for what you have to offer, but you have to develop what you have to offer. You have to become excellent at something. You have to become valuable to the marketplace. You have to solve problems for other people. You have to serve before you can be rewarded. This is your time. This is your moment. This is your opportunity to make a difference, to make a mark, to make your life count for something meaningful. Don't let this moment pass you by. Don't look back 5 years from now and wish you had started today. The same wind blows on us all. It's not the wind that determines your destination. It's the set of your sail. You can't control the wind, but you can control your sail. You can't control the economy, but you can control your response to the economy. You can't control other people, but you control yourself. Take charge of your life. Take responsibility for your results. Take action on your dreams. The time for excuses is over. The time for action is now. Everything you need to get ahead in life is available to you right now. The question isn't whether you can do it. The question is whether you will do it. Your future is created by what you do today, not tomorrow. Your success is determined by your daily habits, not your yearly resolutions. Your life changes when you change. Your results change when you change. Everything changes when you change. So make the decision today to become everything you're capable of becoming. Make the decision to read the books, develop the skills, form the habits, and become the person who deserves the life you want. Your future self is counting on the decisions you make today. Don't let yourself down. Remember, you don't get in life what you want. You don't get what you need. You don't get what you deserve. You get what you negotiate. And you negotiate with life through your actions, your decisions, your habits, and your commitment to excellence. The path to success is available to everyone, but it's traveled by few. Will you be one of the few? Will you pay the price that success demands? Will you do what unsuccessful people are unwilling to do? The choice is yours, and the time is now. Everything you need to get ahead in life is within your reach. Reach out and grab it. Your best life is waiting for you to claim it.